Hello and welcome, esports Overwatch Open Division fans. This is Penten Esports, week number 1, game number 2, Open Division. I am FBI Tugboat, and with me today is Bimmy. Bimmy, how we doing?
We're doing good. We got Open Division, baby. We're gonna rock this all day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And with me, down in the producer's box, Moira. Appreciate you producing away, helping us out, making our job just so much easier. The best. Going to Nepal first. This is a best of 5, of course. We only see map 5 if there is a 2-2 tie, and we'll be getting it started here in just a second. Bimmy, what are we looking at?
We're looking at some pretty interesting stuff here over on the Penten Fury side, which is in the red. It's looking like there is going to be pretty much a debate between the Orisa Roadhog, or it looks like the Orisa Diva, which could work out. The Treehouse composition is very strong with the tank busting, but I do fear for them because there is a very strong Genji coming in from the side of the T500, which also could be coming into play. The flanking DPS and also 76 is very strong here. Close quarter maps like this with environmental kills, they kind of thrive here. So we just kind of got to see who's going to get those initial picks. Is it going to be the Tank Buster Reaper, or is it going to be the Reinhardt charging right on in? Who is it going to be, and where are they going to take that team fight?
Gig is definitely who I'm looking at here. We've seen the Diva Orisa combination very frequently and found a lot of value in it. But as this team, and these teams are wasting no time, are they?
No, absolutely not.
Ooh, big charge here onto Genji. The ability to damage on the side of Penten is going to be severely negated by that one. As point is opening up, nobody moving on back there. Now we see the Reaper, the Tank Buster moving on back here, trying to keep people on the side. And that's a big Vortex Rocket. Penten going to take it. Well done.
Wow. Super superb. I mean, honestly, just rushing right in there. Not big surprise. And environmental kill coming into play. I mean, Tugboat, there's nothing better than just basically C9ing your own opponents.
Yeah, I mean, main tank on main tank, that's about as good as Nathan K on the Orisa is going to expect that one to go. Normally they're going to go the way of the charge, as Busy does fall to a well-placed headshot by this Reaper, doing that tank busting so far as we go up here. About 25% here, Bimmy.
About 25% D, but it's not the end of the world. They are building up quite a good amount of vaults, but unfortunately they will have to drop those right away just to be able to get to the point, not even contest. It's going to be big. How the Dragon Blade work out?
Ooh, T500 popping 2 off the rip. Nathan K needs to be careful. This is coming on out. Oh, a Dragon Blade trying to flip around. Very nicely done. He's super low, though. Not going to be able to get away from that one, as Asylum is going to be taking the self-destruct.
Oh, the self-destruct! Oh, no! Oh, my God, are you kidding me? Holy
Big
God.
3K. Big 3K.
I'm done.
Wow.
Get out of here. Stop.
Yeah, let's
show
look at
that
this
again.
one
I want to
again.
see it.
Well done. Destructo going to be the only one on fire here on this one, utilizing that ultimate big damage to get up under that Rhine shield. Well done by that. Somebody clip that. 65% here now, Bimmy.
Long story short, Gigu was able to pressure out the Reinhardt and focus on a lot of that damage onto them, just trying to protect their front line. Meanwhile, while you do that, you have that DPS sort of as a distraction point because you are dropping the self-destruct sequence, and they managed to contest it. This actually might be it. Oh
no! Slayer coming in, hacking and slashing and looking for heads. He's gonna find 3. Is Biggie Cheese also down? Well done. Biggie Cheese also done. Asylum is gonna be having about 10 seconds to get back in here. I'm not sure if this is gonna make it.
Nope, that was it. That was pretty much it. Look at
Shatter coming in.
Shatter's huge. They are gonna be able to contest, but I think in the long run they are not gonna be able to touch it.
Buffy not getting there in time. You'd hate to see it. 0 to 100. Penten Esports taking the first one on Nepal.
Interesting that they didn't shadow step over to the point. They would have been able to contest it in just the nick of time, but unfortunately not to be the case. But valiant effort. I think honestly right now just the fact is that they are sort of spread apart and the composition synergy is not really that strong. I don't really see a lot of the times Anna and Moira sort of getting along in the whole support lane of things. I'm not against the DPS or anything, and I certainly don't like to bash supports, being a support main myself, but sometimes it does need to come to play where you need to think about the fact that sometimes if you're going to go for the Anna, sometimes go for the Brigitte, because sometimes Anna needs a little help with the shield bash stun and whatnot, and Moira can't really help out that much except throw a healing orb and get some reach, and that's about it.
Well, you know, we saw Destructo over on the Diva eating orb after orb on that one. There's just so much you can do. Ooh, as Fluffy falls pretty early on that one. That's not going to bode well for Asylum at this point, opening up in about 12 seconds here, Bim.
Yeah, that is sly art right there. The art of being sly, and that's what Genji is. Thank you very much for the sympathetic laugh, as we are going to see them pretty much go for the point right now. There's a lot of hesitancy that we're seeing from here right now. And also on top of this, look at the DPS mix-up. There's going to be Reaper and Genji. I don't necessarily think they'll kind of complement each other necessarily. We have been seeing people trying to use the Reaper a little bit more, but I don't know.
Nathan K getting a little aggressive there and paying the price for it as Drift takes a nasty anti-grenade, and Nathan K rezzed up. We're actually going to see an almost entire Penten Esports coming into this one, as Gigu's going to be going back here. Joel, main healer, falling for the side of Asylum, and Penten is going to buy themselves another 10-15% with that one.
That's another worrying thing that you just said right there. Main healer is Moira. That's kind of a little bit worrisome right there. You don't really have much in the way of healing full throttle, apart from having the coalescence there ready at the wing. Seems to be able to charge it up just fine. Nicely done, but they need to have even sort of pop off here. They need to just get all charges quickly.
Big res there by Anthe. We've seen some nutty play by them so far as Nathan tries to get the shatter down and get.
I've got a long list.
My specialty.
Here we go. My daughter, she's getting into gaming.
Nintendo Switch. She can play at home or anywhere.
My brother?
DJI Mavic drone. Guys love drones.
My nephew, super competitive kid.
Nerf Rival Blaster.
My very busy wife.
How about another set of hands? Google Home Hub.
Can you just do all the shopping for me?
Wow, other holidays are going to be very jealous.
It's abrupt down, Drift back in the back, but that's not going to be enough as Slyhard trying to pick this up where he left off. Eden is going to take out a tank of his own as Slyhard falling to another DPS. We're going to see Penten Esports going to 50%. A big barrage over the top, taking out two big ones here. A little stick coming on to Joel. That's going to be the main support now for Penten Esports. A little die action. Eden and T500 kind of got their own. Big charge, though. Nathan saying no, sir, taking that one on out as Nathan falls to his counterpart. Now we're going to see the first take by Asylum going up to 2 or 3% here against 63.
Well, it was quite fortunate for them just due to the fact that they managed to split up the party on the side of Penten Fury, just due to the fact that, you know, their team is more synergized. They just, the more spread apart they are, not easy for them. That's kind of one of the benefits of sort of having a mix match of 2-2-2s. So you kind of can split up the party, and they'll do pretty much well by themselves for the most part, as long as they have a buddy system. But it doesn't last for too long, though. That's the big problem. That's a huge grab right there.
I like the buddy system. Oh, the anti is going to be even bigger, though. Nathan K and everybody else starting this one off with a big team kill. That's the first bell of the day. Penten Esports taking it on over 65-32.
Gigu also switching. We're going to see that again. Gigu also switching over to McCree is going to be very, very strong, but nicely done. They are biotic grenades are just everything now. It's just so huge. Purple is just a dangerous color, Tug.
I said that's a great way to put it there, Benny, because seriously, there is nothing worse than being purpleized, especially, you know, I'm a support main myself, and I'll just say it makes me feel a little bit vulnerable as we see Nathan K swinging away, little Valkyrie action coming on in over the side of Penten Esports as the coalescence comes out. Nathan doesn't keep it up, though. Big charge coming on in here. He's getting pretty low, but pocketed by both of these healers. And Mercy comes in, but as Slyhard trying to get some of his own.
Oh my God.
Falling there, going to take out the Brigade to start this one off, and we're going 99-32. Overtime now is many layers of Asylum going to be done. This is going to go the way of Penten Esports for #1 on Nepal. Well done. Well done.
All right then. Well, honestly, just to be very blunt, this was a very convincing take from Penten Fury, albeit that there was a much more convincing fight from Asylum. I think, honestly, just on top of that, you had, like you said earlier, Tugboat, Moira was your main healer. That's a big problem there, especially for wide open maps like Village. If it was in Sanctum or Shrine, it's a little bit more understanding because the coalescence can be steered and buried a little bit more stronger. That is just, we can't look at that. Ignore it. Ignore it. Okay? It's the past is the past now, Tug.
Pretty sure that counts as online bullying, or at some point it's got to. That was just nasty by Nathan K there. Getting around the side, dropping the shatter. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
They should have just pulled an all-star matches. What Monte Cristo did is just report the player, and then that works. You know, get rid of the situation.
That, just sandbagging. Yep, that was a classic move there by a classic guy. Moving on along here, and we are looking at the choice between. Yeah, congratulations. I've been calling it the royal wedding since. I think I'm really clever.
That's very sweet.
There you go.
Well, either way, more focus on this game, which is a little bit more bittersweet for Asylum. Asylum definitely showed up in the second map, but they really need to figure out what kind of composition that they want. Having that, really, honestly, the DPS mixture the tanks were fine. It's just the support and DPS mixture was kind of a little bit out there necessarily. You had really a lot of you had the front line sort of going in with the Reaper with the Brigitte, and then potentially the Moira go along with the Tracer, and just the Tracer kind of Moira, excuse me, is thinking about her protection, which is also a very powerful player as well. Necessarily these just don't work out. Like your back line, you're also going to get flanked. You have the McCree, the Genji. There's just so strong stuff.
Yeah, the big thing that I'm seeing here, Nate Hank, over on the side of Penten Fury, when he played the Reinhardt, when he was with his team, did a fantastic job blocking ults left and right, and shield management. We saw it get a little bit low there, and he'd back up. You could tell he was communicating with his team, but especially in the very beginning of the last map of Nepal, as soon as Nathan K got out of position or got charged, done something like this, it turned into just an absolute free-for-all, right? Penten kind of playing off the back foot, and frequently these team fights would go their way. It's just not a great way to start it without your main tank, right?
Yeah, pretty much not having your entire team there in the beginning of the team fight is already detrimental. There's just no sugarcoating it, really, Tug, as much as I would love to. But we're moving on to Route 66. It's a dramatically different map, and I think we're going to see, usually with character synergy. Yeah, well, big girls hold. Also, just the fact that, sometimes with team... Asylum game didn't have bad team synergy. The composition was just a little bit questioning. So I think, honestly, what we're going to see here coming in is we're going to see a lot stronger here on Route 66. I think we may even go to round 3, dare I say it. Looking at the composition, though, from Penten Fury, looking like they're going to go for the anti-dive. Looking pretty strong here. You got your Diva, you got their Winston. It's a good old reliable Gugu on the Widowmaker. I really like this a lot. Okay, Joel's gonna switch on over with the Wrecking Ball. So interesting. That's interestingly enough. Looking at the composition over here. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they are gonna go for that. Looking at the defense over here, though. Got the Junkrat. Yeah. Interesting. It's really just a 2-2-2 amalgamation. I don't necessarily know what to call it. You got the Reinhardt Diva. You mean the 76 and the Junkrat. I'm not too big fan of this DPS combo, but I could be proven wrong. I mean, the Junkrat can cover a lot of ground, and then also the 76 can provide healing and not be there. So that's just sort of a little bit beneficial. I'm just trying to be half glass full here, my friend.
No, absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying by any means. What I'm looking at is precise damage by Big Cheese and the Soldier 76, and a little bit more randomosity on the Junkrat, with T500.
Quite.
We're going to see how it works here as Amphi takes a shot to the back, but also far offense is rolling in Penten Esports, and not playing the Widow, right?
Yeah, they are. Gigu is running that Widow right now, and this is probably going to look strong. I mean, Junkrat's got to be careful of those landmine jumps, because that could instantly be a sitting duck for him.
Shadow, Fluffy, both falling is not a way they want to start this team fight. Asylum now playing off the back foot with both of their tanks down. And I think this team fight might be over before it's really even up. But Drift is trying to keep this Soldier 76 up alive, but it's not going to happen. Gigu finds a couple of his own with the assistance of the Discord Orb, and offense is rolling on in.
No way to really counteract that. Widowmaker is just going to be just such a big deal. Whether it does splash damage or just follow-up kills is totally up to how they handle these damage dealing. But pretty much they're sort of good for the most part, and they're just going to be able to get this first point right away the moment they feel like doing so. But in the long run, we got to watch. Ooh, hello.
Yeah, that's Shadow trying to answer with one of his own, as we now see a contest there, 0.28 meters away, not going to happen. Eaton falls there in front of the rest of his tanks, not going to last very long. We see 5 minutes, 17 seconds to go on.
Why are the tanks by themselves? That's a big question. Either way, at the moment, I do see Big Cheese switching on over to McCree. I do like this. This is definitely a good... I do love McCree a lot. I think just there's so much good answers to Widowmaker, and also just the stun as well. It's just very strong. It's a good way to counteract a bunch of stuff. But at the moment, they're getting overwhelmed by Spawn here.
Yeah, we're looking at Destructo here doing exactly what a Diva needs to do. Just like really maintaining these lines that are the quickest way back. This team does not want to have to drop down and stuff like this. But as Shatter coming in, it's only going to get Nathan K. Shadow actually taking out that one as he's dropping down the Shatter. Little Amphi over on these and the Transcendence. I think he might have gotten caught in a Junkrat trap down there. Bottom one to save himself as their own trap comes out. T500 taking out the mech of Destructo.
D-mech.
Kind of playing on the back here as we see an anti-grenaded Genji trying to get away in the back. There you go. He does. He's going to get that. He's going to get back with his Zenyatta. He's going to be A-okay. 4 minutes, 12 seconds to go here, Ben.
Wow.
Ooh, as I say that though. There we go. Here's the Nano Blade coming through, slacking Nash and Eden falling. Fluffy deleted.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Slayer with a 4K so far. Call to 5. 4 minutes to go. And Penten Esports flipped this as ones around to get a very significant team victory on that one.
Yeah, you have an amazing voice for casting, by the way. My goodness,
Aw,
that
what
sounded
a
like an
sweetheart.
auctioneer. It's very good. But either way, yeah, at the moment, that was very unfortunate. They were potentially able to take it down. They managed to overwhelm the Widowmaker. Even Giga switched off to the Tracer, knowing that at the moment they were so focused on that Widowmaker, it just wasn't going to do world difference. So now, you know, you get to switch over to DPS that's able to charge up the ultimate quickly. This is looking still pretty good. They're working like a well-oiled machine over here at Penta Fury.
Oh, there it is! Speaking of show up here, Destructo fighting big 2K in the back with Fluffy Bird after he gets D-Mech. Buggy also getting taken out by the Tracer. You're going to be able to see that the other way around as T500 does take out one of his own. There's not going to be a complete team wipe one way, but Penten Esports still rolling in. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go here.
Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Well, I said a well-oiled machine, but the oil exploded and it caused the death of a couple of people, unfortunately. And be able to get big.
Not able.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Destruction
Destruction
not
taken
gonna
out.
be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the moment, this is pretty much going to be a lot of ults of zoning pretty much from Penten Fury since they're coming down near the corner. But they're still not an impossible thing. If Biggie Cheese can find a good Deadeye, they could do it. They got to be careful of the deflect, though.
Is it 12?
I've got a long list.
My specialty.
Here we go. My daughter, she's getting into gaming.
Nintendo Switch. She can play at home or anywhere.
My brother?
DJI Mavic drone. Guys love drones.
My nephew, super competitive kid.
Nerf Rival Blaster.
Ah, my very busy wife.
How about another set of hands? Google Home Hub.
Can you just do all the shopping for me?
Wow, other holidays are going to be very jealous.
12 o'clock, he's looking for it, not gonna happen. Slyard hacks him away, shuts that down, not telling the time today, sir. 4 minutes to go as Penten Esports still rolling on in here. We're gonna see T500 on the contest, and actually he's not taking a whole lot of damage.
Oh, good biotic!
There's the blade, though. He's coming for this Fluffy, and he's coming for blood. There you go. Taking on out here as T500 follows Eden, who has switched on over to Lucio to try and contest a little bit. Is not going to find a big cheese. He'll take out the... Oh, no. Destructo comes on down, punishes that one for taking out his Zenyatta. Penten Esports rolling on in 3 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. Very well done.
Very nicely done indeed. And just to let you know, the time right now, Biggie Cheesy, is that it's 4:01 p.m. Central. But either way, it was just unfortunately just the positioning of the heroes wasn't really working. I didn't see the McCree on the high ground. I saw him sort of more hanging out in the left lane of spawn defense side. It's just interesting positioning. I think also the target prioritization. The shot calling is not necessarily there. I feel they need to, like, it took them basically a map. They took half a map to just figure out that they need to counteract that Widow. And honestly, you know, and Widow's kind of a very long-range DPS due to the pushing escort maps has been a thing since day one of Overwatch League. And I think that was kind of something that they maybe should have read into. And honestly, I also like the fact that we saw a lot of, more positively, Penta Fury switching on over, Gigu understanding that after they were target prioritizing the DPS, switching over to a different kind of DPS and flanking just working out, just kind of just sort of switch one on over to the other. Really good ideas. I do think Asylum Gaming have a lot going for them. They do manage to have good team fight sort of. They do have a good way of spreading the party out and then taking the team fight. They're really good at the 1v1s, but like they need to figure out how they do with the team fights themselves.
Yeah, what I was going to say is I think that a lot of the decisions that Asylum is making are great on paper, but then in execution, and a perfect example is the McCree getting out there but not getting in a position, like you mentioned, Bimmy. He came out there and he just absolutely crapped on the Zenyatta who's sitting by himself, but instantly, Destructo comes on over and shuts him down. That's the stuff that Asylum cannot allow to continue happen.
Seems like the wider the map, the better for Asylum, and then the closer the map is, Penten's just thrives.
Oh, there you go. T500 winning a little of a sniper battle here. Amphi, the main healer, now down for Penten Esports, kind of left in the back there as Joel's going to be left to keep this healing going himself, but he's not going to need to with Nat Hank playing the way he is playing. Destructo taken out without the main healer, and Penten Esports might want to back up on this one.
Yeah, they might want to take a little bit of a quick breather, regroup, figure out what they want to do. The Orisa Roadhog, not necessarily a good idea to go on attack, but they are doing it anyways.
I do not think I've ever seen a Hammond get deleted down that quickly than by just Shadow and Biggie Cheese right there. That was a quick 600 damage, and now we see Asylum Esports rolling on it. Or Asylum Gaming, excuse me.
Asylum Gaming is pushing on through, quite true. We'll see how they're able to do it. Ground pound, bio grenades.
There's the boop. I was wondering. Joel came down and got a couple over on the side, but it looks like he only got the tanks moved a little bit. That was a big double boop by him to maybe maintain this here. Yeah, Nathan and Gig are getting this done. Well done. Shadow deleted, and now Biggie's just gonna get mobbed.
That's just strong target prioritization, Tug. I mean, they go ahead and get the boop out of the way first and try to frag and rack up whatever kills they can, because they understand that the main tank on the side of Asylum Gaming has little to no mobility. That's one of the defects about having an Orisa as your main tank, is that you can push on through as much as you can and have a lot of defense, but honestly, when you have to keep moving the payload, it's not that good. That's why we see them more in defense rather than attack.
Yeah, good stall here. Gigu getting that sticky onto a drift. They're going to be charged another 10 seconds before they can really get anything done here. And as I say that, Fluffy has changed onto Mercy, and I did not notice that. Res coming in. This team is ready to go.
Team is ready to go, ready to push on through, see what they can do. Oh, here comes Dragon Blade. Take it away, Tug.
Here comes Dragon Blade. Here comes Dragon Blade. Mine's over the top, and Eden going to get deleted down first. T500 taken out. There's the slice onto drift. Shadow done. Team fight 1. 1 minute, 50 seconds to go for Asylum Gaming's push here on Dorado. No, sorry, Route 66.
Pretty much.
I get it mixed up.
It's both summer climates.
There you go. Well, you know, I unless I'm wrong, somewhere in the lore, I think that Route 66 is supposed to end or begin in Dorado. Like the big long road. Not 100% sure about that one.
That makes no sense. The geography of Route 66 goes from California to
Nevada. About Hollywood again? I think I might be thinking about Hollywood. Oh, gravy. Good thing I am not in charge of the lore, and Destructo's in charge of the self-destructs. He's gotten several on these so far.
That's why they're called Destructo.
There you go, absolutely. So, a drift down, 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. They're going to be coming on out here with the main event in just a second. They've not really gone... Ooh, there you go. Nat Hank getting on down there. Good contest for a few seconds. Now back with the rest of his team. Both of these teams are full 6, ready to go.
Not much to really write home about, Tug.
Oh,
there's a Dragon Blade, though.
So the Dragon Blade comes out. Slyart always one to perform. Always one to show out. And that's going to be almost a full Team K against... There it goes. Are we going to get it? There we go. There's the bell. There's the bell.
Yeah, good job, Athena. Thank you for letting us know it was a team kill. All right, we're going to see that replay again. If you added all the ones that you said there, Tug, that was actually a 4K of ones.
Yeah, I was saying one each time.
Yeah,
I'll try to be dramatic.
It was. I like the touch to detail. But not really. Again, Tug. Once again, not much to say except the fact that like they're running Orisa Roadhog on attack. That's really just not my cup of tea. And honestly, this Ana, the Nano Boost. Where do you put the Nano Boost?
And that Hank looks like a Christmas ornament just hanging around and coming on down. But oh no, Biggie says he doesn't like Christmas. Take it out. 2 on there. Oh my God! With a quick one there. Several Ks down, but Gigu says Hank. Joe with the boop, and they have taken this one back over. Multiple kills against Penten Esports. They do not care.
Oh
well
my
done
God.
there. Well done.
That
Joel with the boop in the end.
And the landmines as well from Nat Hank. That was just ridiculous. How do you
That's what he was setting up there. That's what he was setting up. I thought he was
That's what you get for tanks having little to no mobility.
Yep, that's a good point. What are you supposed to do? Only thing you're doing that one. Ooh,
Reinhardt Diva, yeah? That's something we should probably be seeing, or maybe the Reinhardt Zarya, just Deathball, something along the line of that. Hell, I wouldn't even be against seeing goats.
Yeah, but, I mean, don't get me wrong, this caster is not one that has anything against the goats composition, but seriously, Dim, like you said, you got to change something up there. Attack with the, I would have expected to see the Roadhog Orisa back on, Sanctum, Nepal. Huge opportunities there. We saw the Diva mixture between Penten Esports and found a lot of value on the Diva, or on the Diva and the Orisa, right? Pulling people in, eating more orbs, everything. Joel is going to get my honorable mention on this one so far with the 3 boops that I counted. Reading's hard. Simple math is hard. But Joel on the Lucio, I think, got 3 boops.
5.
5?
I think they got 2 doubles.
Like I said, Bibby, like I said, simple math is hard for this one. We're going to see these teams going on over here. You want to read out a couple of the map possibilities here, Bib?
Well, map possibilities here going into it. There is going to be Assault, which is okay. Well, it's gonna be the Cow's favorite map because it's Hanamura.
Heyo, I like it. I like it.
Or it's going to be Volskaya Industries,
which is
another Assault map. And then
I thought you had another. I thought you had another one for me. I was ready for it.
No, that's fine. Which is actually the Russian word for goats is guts.
Okay.
And
cool. I'm about it.
And then if Asylum does win this, then like they will go to a hybrid, which is Blizzard World or Nubani. But I really don't.
From the way these teams have been playing, I think it's fair to say that it has gone generally the way of Penten Fury. Game's not over, but we might not see this going to Game 5.
Might not see this going Game 5. We could see a map being stolen. I would love to be proven wrong by Asylum Gaming and see their fighting spirit still coming alive because they got ideas and they want to like you said, it's good in theory but messy in practice. And I mean, if you look back at the synergy of the team, Moira's the main healer. Ana just had nano boost. I didn't even know where it was supposed to go. Maybe potentially to DPSs of some kind, but they kept switching DPSs. May potentially be also for the whole hog, but even when the whole hog happened for Big Cheesy, they didn't even drop the nano boost then.
Yeah, you know, and what a whole hog it was, honestly. If I had to call one for Asylum, Biggie Cheese, that play on the end, with Penten Fury almost maybe even memeing or something like that towards the end, all going on down into that enclosed area when they know that they have, are pretty sure they have a supercharge and know they have a whole hog. Only a couple things are going to happen in that one with no stuns on board. Outside of the Anna Sleep Dart, of course. But, yeah, obviously did not get it going there in the end. The coordination was not tip top. Did not switch. We were talking about that plenty. I think that there was multiple choices by Asylum Gaming.
When you invited me to Temple Run, I was expecting an easy jog, not sprinting from a demon monkey. You know what is easy? Going to Geico.com to see how much you could save.
That would have been better on the other side of the coin, right? Orisa Hog on defense, that we talked about.
Yeah, big time. Well, long story short, that's all we could really talk about, Tug. It's just hopefully that we'll see a little more team synergy coming in from Asylum Gaming. The Penten Fury will be pressured enough to go to map 5, because while I always love seeing great gameplay, Penten Fury certainly has been providing that, and Asylum's been putting up a great fight. I would really love to see this map 5, just more Overwatch to cast in general, just nicer. Closer fights are just always exciting, but in the long run, looking at Hanamura, Volskaya, I think honestly Volskaya would be more preferable for Asylum. They seem to work well when there's a lot more wider space, and if you look at sort of the way that you have, if you look between point B, I'm looking more mainly at point B. Mm-hmm. So if you look at point B between Volskaya and Hanamura, there's less ways to enter Hanamura's point B than there is for Volskaya, actually. You can actually go around, you can go through the conveyor belts, you can go through right lane. Yeah. There's a lot of ways of entering in, and you can do a lot of flanking, which seems what Asylum likes to do, or just be able to split the party enough. And you could potentially do that in point B of Volskaya rather than you can in Hanamura, because you kind of just go up through the right corner, and we just see them die all the time, just trying to eat ults and then go through them. Mm-hmm. So I think, honestly, if I'm Asylum Gaming right now, I would really like to see them go Volskaya, and we'll see what happens with them. Looking like they're going to go for the Volskaya.
Nice. I'm about it. Hanamura, Dranamura, Hanamura, as we said. Not really about it, man. Not really about it, bud. Ever since I started playing Overwatch, obviously everybody, makes the joke about 2 CPs. 2 CPs the least entertaining, blah, 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 10 CP, yada, yada. I don't necessarily feel like that. Do you like Dorado? I just don't really like Hanamura, man. I do not like Hanamura.
You don't?
Do not like Hanamura.
For me, I'm just never been a big fan of Temple of Nubani.
Temple of Nubani, now that's a place. I've never played that.
It's pretty frustrating.
I'm messing around with you, Bimmy.
You know what? Temple of Anubis. There we go. Production corrected me. Temple of Nubani is pretty interesting. That's just the sacred museum that they have there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, don't take any offense there, man. I can never get my my control.
Names are a terrible thing for me. I'm gonna own my.
I know Sanctum. Like I know the names, I can never assign them to the right.
Right?
one.
Oh my god.
You know what
I'm just gonna own my mistakes and just grow from them.
Temple
But
of
either
Nimbani,
way,
though. Temple of Nimbani.
Temple of
Oh,
Nimbani.
dude, that could be
Yeah.
Lucio's concert venue name.
Temple of Nubani?
Temple of Nimbani. Because
Pretty
Nimbani is
nice.
where he's got all the posters up and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and he always says, "I got a show tonight" or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Am I
something
losing
like
it?
that.
Am I losing it? Okay,
I think he's
cool,
traveling
cool,
there. Anyway, so
cool. We're having fun. We're having fun.
we're having fun. We got 30 seconds left. We can talk about the compositions we so desire. You're looking at the defense here. You're going to see Arissa Reinhardt live shielding, and I think you're going to. I think you're not going to try to hold this at choke. I think you're going to try to hold this at point because look at the composition here. Never mind. I was looking at it right now. I was going to say there could potentially be long-range DPS if they had the crossfire formation with at least a McCree and a Widowmaker. But it looks like they're going to go for actually going to try to hold a choke, it seems. And we're going to see what I like to call the Shepherd and its Herds, which is a goat composition with 1 DPS. But basically,
Okay.
looking at the Miley comp right now, along the lines of that, or just the Wrecking Ball, we're going to see how this works out. I think Bubbles may help out, but I don't know how much it's going to do them good with a lot of shielding.
Yeah, so T500 has been playing pretty much only on the Tracer and the Genji, these dive characters. Oh, Shadow coming in, but Destructo did a great job of monitoring that, getting hit while he had the bubble up. Well done on that one. The Sly Iron Gig do what these DPSs need to. They're deleting people down, and Joel does fall, though, so this is me being fought 4-2-5 on that one. Slayer getting very low, and T500 doing what T500 does. Adrift also down, though, and this looks like it might be going the way of the Penten Esports. We see Shadow very low coming on in, getting deleted on down. Fluffy, the only one there for him, and now we're going to see Penten taking it with about 3 minutes to the added 4.
That's what I was thinking, is that the bubbles were going to be a huge thing here, is they were able to get the flanks off. And I mean, honestly, running this double flanking DPS is kind of huge, especially with all this shielding going on. So I'm kind of liking this a lot. We'll see how much it goes for them. They're kind of spaced out at the moment. As long as they don't overextend, they should be okay. Also, is T500 a motorsport racing event?
We'll go with that.
Okay.
T500 Motorsport Racing event.
I was just trying to understand the
it
name
sounds like
anyways.
it sounds like it.
Eden,
Eden
nice pick.
here, and now T500 as well. DPS and Tank both gone from the side of Penten Esports, and I think this attack might be over before it starts.
Yep, that is what I was worried about, is the overextending for the side of Penten Fury. Asylum Gaming acting on that quite well. I mean, this composition that they have right here, this makes more sense for point B than it did for point A. So they do have to put up 7 minutes, like in Hanamura, but with this, it's easier to clutch out than you would in Hanamura.
T500 not letting his prey go on that one is Nate Hank, sorry about that, goes down with a nasty sticky grenade against him. Gyu's going to have his own sticky there, but that's going to be the only one now that's Okay, 6 minutes to go here as attack coming on in. They're going to have to wait for Gigu to dash on in, and he is now back here, Bimmy.
They're back here, and they are not regrouping. This staggering just sort of push that they're doing right now is kind of interesting. It looks like they're finally going to be regrouping, but you should have just regrouped in mid before you even go through the choke, but now they're just going to rush in. They might lose an early pick. There's the Coalescence right here.
Coalescence, and that's a big charge.
Oh,
Actually,
great
both can be
cancel
taken
charge.
out. Very well done. I thought he was going to get it off there. Eden, T500, both deleted now. Actually, we're going to see, Penten Esports only down their main tank. Sound barrier coming down, so they're going to try and get this one through, where you see a strategic pause. Well done by the side of Asylum Gaming as the pause comes through right when they need to. Chat blowing up. Bimmy, what are we looking at here, brother?
We're looking at
Just tell me, my screen's over the top where I see multiple, lots of fighting kind of going on here. Shadow trying to block some stuff.
a lot of support cells, but the thing is that oh god, the beeping. Hold on.
Yep, it's driving me insane too.
I know, right? Anyway, so we're just gonna
Push
deal
through
with
it, push
Oh,
through
they're
it.
back through it.
There you
Get
go.
ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Shadow up in the front, getting a little bit low here. This Warrior's trying to get it up, and he gets the Shadow down, but not in the right way. About halfway now on here for Penten Esports. Sorry, not Pity. That wouldn't make any sense. Slyhard falling pretty early here. These teams fighting now 5-5. Is Ampy in the back taking a bunch of damage. A shot on top of him as a charge comes on down into the huge grab, taking out people there. It's only going to be Fluffy. There you go. Shatter charging that one up, and T500.
Oh,
Oh, this Reinhardt delivers the payload onto 2 of his own players. Not well done. Nathan's so low here as the blade now coming on. He's trying to get everybody away from here. They're 90% now. 98. They're so close. T500 is up on the top as the supercharger comes through. It's not gonna matter. Sly, you dog. Oh my God.
Down.
Well done. Not taking his eyes off the ball, going in on this one and setting up a very hard round for Asylum to have to top. 4 minutes, 41 seconds.
Oh, well, that's GG right there, isn't it?
It could be. It could be.
Yeah, you're right.
Game's not quite over quite yet. We're going to see if Asylum's able to do it. Not over quite yet. So what do you think Asylum needs to run composition-wise to, just shut down this Penten esports fights?
Goats.
Goats? Go Goats.
No joke.
You're already here first. First time anybody's ever said it, Bimmy, right here.
Triple take, I have nothing against it, honestly.
I got nothing against
it. But in all seriousness, that there's a reason why it's in the meta. Triple tank, triple support is just one of the strongest compositions out there. There's really hard ways of countering it unless you have the perfect dive composition. And at the moment, I see them running dive. I'm not against that as well. I'm a little bit questioning about the Ana, but they're in attack at the moment, so I'm gonna wait for them to finish spawning.
Yeah.
As far as the defense right now, the death ball composition with the flanking DPS and the sniper DPS, Gigu's able to get that information. This is gonna be a tough cookie, but not impossible. But the thing is that they are going to... They're really just going to have to work some magic, Tug, if they really want to try to make it almost even Steven with that time bank. That's really just my biggest concern right there. But we'll see how it goes. Looking at the dive, I'm half glass full about it. I'm not against it. They got the Ana, and they're going to have the Lucio to be able to boost that. Looking like the team synergy is strong here with these folks. Yeah. Lucio's a little bit closer to it. Oh, never mind. That's the Genji. Okay.
Oh, no. That is not going to be the way they want to start this team fight with Biggie and Adrift both now down here. T500 is trying to get on there, trying to get a little bit of ult charge because I think that this one has probably been taken, or the team fight is over. Excuse me.
Yep. Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of the times you'll see teams sort of go for the Sombra to get information scatty, so they're not wasting a lot of time. And they don't really miss any ult charge potentialness. You do lose a few seconds, but you get a much larger picture of things. And Biggie Cheats is switching over to Junkrat. That is going to mean Hanzo is totally uncontested.
Yeah. Maybe he's looking for the damage against the Ryan shield, but Destructo is going to have those bubbles on up to be charged. Not sure if that, I mean, if he's good at the character, then he can definitely work. We've seen Biggie Cheese play multiple different characters from DPSs and tanks tonight. We'll see how they get it done.
I've got a long list.
My specialty.
Here we go. My daughter, she's getting into gaming.
Nintendo Switch. She can play at home or anywhere.
My brother?
DJI Mavic drone. Guys love drones.
My nephew, super competitive kid.
Nerf Rival Blaster.
My very busy wife.
How about another set of hands? Google Home Hub.
Can you just do all the shopping for me?
Wow, other holidays are going to be very jealous.
If this dive comp gets together, I think they could get something going.
Yeah, meanwhile, I think honestly they're going for the old sort of solo queuing comp tactic, which is the one DPS flanker just tried to go for, I guess, something along the lines of just trying to contest that point, but not gonna even go for it. They're rushing towards the point, totally ignoring the enemy.
Oh, now Shadow very low. Yeah, Gigu is gonna shut that one down pretty easily as we're going to see Big Cheese. Oh no, Biggie Cheese not paying attention. Nathan K getting the easy charge off. Dragon's coming on out at the end. I'm not sure if Gigu is trying to switch. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's trying to switch now with T500 getting an easy pick on that one.
Maybe potentially. We'll see how it works out. T500 on that Dragon Blade. Ooh.
Yep, Nathan K trying to get the Shatter on down, does not land it on a Genji up in the air. The Blade is able to take him on out. Now we see the first tick coming on out for Asylum Esports, and now here comes Sly.
Oh, the sleep dart, huge!
Taking a snooze on point. He gets woken up there at the end, though, and now the Transcendence coming out by the side of Penten Esports, keeping everybody up here, and they do have the Nano Boost. That's going to be that one out there, and they have the grab. Will not be surprised. There's the grab, good sound barrier, but that's not going to be able to keep everybody up and up. Yep, 5 members fall. Destructor gonna be the only one contesting as that. There you go. The rest of Penten getting on in there. Shadow getting very, very low. Nathan swinging away, taking on and out. T500 gonna be the only one left.
Oh, that should have been theirs.
1.5 minutes, and that's a very good point, Bimmy. A little bit more coordination. I'm sure that it would have been. 1 minute, 25 seconds to go there. About 51.9 on first one.
Got the ults. They baited also support ults as well. If they can just not get staggered like this, they could be pretty fine. They actually got a minute 15, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually could work out very, very well. Also, shout out to Spaceman in chat.
Shout out to Spaceman. I like it. Yeah, these tank ultimates online from the side of Asylum Gaming, not Asylum Esports, excuse me. I think they could really get something going here, especially if they get Nat Hank out of the way. The Giga's getting very low. They're maintaining in the choke here. Oof. T500 not able to get away from that fire strike.
Okay, well, I mean, as much as
big shatter. Shadow down. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother calling all that. That's almost gonna be a full Team K against Asylum Gaming. 37 seconds to go.
They have ultimates. They are just Asylum Gaming or Penten Fury, excuse me, is just shutting that down very, very quickly.
The win condition though, right?
Yeah,
the Dragons.
30 seconds. If they can get an early pick, the Hanzo's overextending potentially. They do have a lot of ults to go to their name, but if they can just drop it.
Where are the Dragons? There are the Dragons right there on top. That might be, yep, that's gonna be it. We're only gonna see Shadow with that. Oh, nope, never mind. Multiple ults coming on out here, and I have been corrected. This is not over quite yet. Now what we see, an Angry Monkey on point. He's trying to get rid of this Zenyatta, but he's got a lot coming against him. Shadow getting very low, trying to get up, not gonna happen. He gets down, and now we go on to the overtime. 3 seconds to go. I don't think it's gonna happen. T500 trying to get there, not gonna happen.
3-0 happened.
3-0 for Penten Esports. Well done. Well fought by Asylum, but not gonna be able to find a point on this one.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, just Gigu, just totally uncontested at the moment. The Hanzo wasn't being even touched. Big Cheesy, I guess, trying to lob grenades into that little cubby, but, you know, you got a little bit more to go. And also, on top of that, I actually like the idea with the flanky DPS of the Genji T500, go around back, see if they can help their friends. But I think actually touching the point would have been more valuable than trying to help with that team fight in flank, because then you would have distracted them, the team would have been split up, and that sometimes works if you just sort of distract it a little bit and let the rest go. But I gotta say, that is very unfortunate. Valiant effort from Asylum Gaming, but Penten Fury hands down performed terrifically.
Yeah. And that's going to be their second 3-0 in these two open division games so far. Well done by them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
well, it's early into the open division, but that's a good way to start.
Very true. Just reporting the news as it comes to me. So let's talk about a couple of these teammates here before we let the good people go. Penten Fury, Destructo, right? The self-destructs on especially the first couple maps. I think I will always remember that Devil getting just under the Rhine shield because he was a little bit higher and he was holding it, an even horizontal level. Right? That was beautiful.
That was a good one. I liked a lot of more have glass half full kind of things. I did like Adrift's biotic grenades. The sleep darts were very good. I mean, sleep darting in a Dragon Blade is no small task as an Ana. I think also on top of that, just strong stuff from Penten Fury. I think honestly, just going for the standard team composition stuff and not really going afar from any type of thing is a lot better. Asylum Gaming just having just sort of a very unique amalgamation of 2-2-2 and not really we couldn't really name a composition. We just sort of went like, okay, these are the DPS duos that they have and stuff like that, and that's basically what happens.
So somebody else on Asylum, T500, again, played a lot of Genji, played a lot of Tracer, got some good sticks in there, really, kept pressuring the Ana, the big main healers for the side of Penten Fury, had mixed success on actually getting them down. But of course, another big play of this was T500 getting the stick onto Nat Hank, and Nat Hank actually walking into a couple of his members. Now, that was first point on Volskaya, and Penten Fury, was not disrupted in their process of taking points, but that definitely could have.
They are asking if we want to do an interview real quick. Do we want to do an interview?
I'm all about it. If we can do it. If
is the producer good?
Has time for it, then we are all about it. Everybody on board? Let's go ahead and get somebody on in here.
Yeah, let's
ask them a few questions.
Yeah. They're saying everybody can join, but we're not gonna have 15 people in chat. Please.
We are not gonna do that. You're gonna be joining us in just a little bit. We might actually go to a break if that is the best thing. And we are back. Little interview action. Here we have T500 from Asylum Gaming, Gigu from Penten Fury. I am FBI Tugboat, and with me casting and interviewing is Bimmy. Bimmy, start on off here. Let's talk to T500.
Yeah, let's talk to T500 real quick. Hey T, how's it going? Valiant effort from you guys. Good DPS action. I really enjoyed your tracer. Good double pulse bomb kills here and there. But I guess my only question is that how do you guys come up with your compositions? Because these are necessarily things that me and both Tugboat were not discouraged by, but we're very curious about the thoughts of choices. I guess a good example would be Route 66 with the Orisa Roadhog on attack.
Our view on it was we wanted to have the Orisa engage the fights with her pulls and have the Roadhog pick whoever he could from that.
A little pulled pork combination.
And with the DPS just cleaning up whoever gets pulled in.
Okay. So yeah, and we were definitely talking about that last little play on route where the Roadhog and the Orisa went way up the side. Penten Fury really committed down that little tunnel, and I think it was Biggie who just took him out of this world. Big 2K really quickly on that one.
Yeah.
So my question here, so T500, you had some really big ultimates. The big stick that I'm going to talk about here is the one onto the Reinhardt who actually kind of moved on to his other members of Penten Fury and might have caused a couple of kills on that one. So you had the big ultimates. What capitalization was necessary after those?
With the big stick at the end, I was just really looking to see if we could stall as long as we could, but our Ryan wasn't able to hop onto point because of the Lucio contesting him.
Gotcha.
So I was just trying to just do whatever I could.
Okay. So sorry, I guess the way I should phrase my question is, what support would have helped you after the stick to switch around the ending of the team fight?
Support. I just needed somebody who could contest because around that time everyone was respawning, and if I had like a Winston per se,
there you go.
We could have probably held that point a little bit longer.
Cool. Yeah, that's just what I was asking. Answer being the Winston would be over there and contest. So Gigu, we'll switch on over to you now, sir, the team captain for Penten Fury. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Glad to hear. We'll start with Bimmy again, please, sir. Take it away.
Necessarily, I don't really have any questions apart from just good job on just your team synergy and good composition. How so for when you start doing these, how do you rotate sort of your star players at that moment for like from 3CP to 2CP to escort to hybrid and an assault, and just how do you go about doing?
Go.
I switched to Geico and saved hundreds.
Winner.
That's a win, but it's not the only reason I switched. Geico has licensed agents who I can reach 24/7.
Winner.
Now that's a win-win.
This, like, do you basically just decide that, okay, we're gonna focus our composition based off of our tanks, our DPSs, or how do you go about deciding these things? I'm just necessarily curious about compositions normally, because you did have a very strong Ana, and you kind of just stuck with that for the long run of things.
The way we run our team is we kind of, depending on the map we're running, we look for the win condition that we see as something that we're going to be needing to run. So for example, our win condition on control point was keeping our Genji and our Ana alive. So we focused our team composition around keeping those two alive. So we made our swaps after we realized that the Genji was doing the work that we needed done. We realized we need to swap it over to more of a pushy dive comp, keep our Ana safe in the back line while we're pushing the front line back. Then like for assault, we do the same sort of thing. We just kind of get a feel for what we're doing. First, we start off with what comp we feel is going to work here. Like for example, dive was working really well for us. so we were running dive throughout most of the matches. As soon as we figured out what our win condition was, we'd swap our team composition around that win condition and keep rolling with that condition. So say, for example, our Lucio is our win condition. We want to keep that Lucio alive as long as we possibly can so he can continue doing what he's doing. Same thing goes for the Genji, same thing goes for like a Reaper.
I think a good example of that might have been second point Volskaya with the Grab Dragons, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Now I'm picking up what you're putting down here. Alrighty, so last question here, unless Bimmy has got some more, I'll ask you both. Start with T500. Just standout player, and you guys can be greedy and say yourself.
I wasn't even gonna say myself. In my honest opinion, I'd say Adrift put in quite a bit of work today. He was actually a recent pickup for us. We had him picked up because we knew we were gonna be missing our main DPS player besides me today. So we picked up Adrift yesterday during just about an hour or so before our open division match. Set him up, got him all prepared and everything. And he's definitely proven that he's got the talent. He's willing to put in the work, and he was definitely popping off throughout that match.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, T500.
Oh, not Adrift. Hold up. Slyart, sorry, I got that wrong.
Yeah, I was a little confused there. I could have sworn Adrift was on Asylum there.
Yeah, no, sorry, my bad.
I like the strategy though, claiming the players of the other side.
Yeah, we're doing that.
I was about to say.
It's a bold move to claim the players of the other side of the team, but what can I say? Gigu
What's
is
his
a bold
face?
guy.
Joel?
T500, standout player for your team, please, sir.
I really don't know his username, but your Genji, your DPS player, was popping off whole game.
That would be Slyart.
Slyart.
Yep.
That was the one I was saying about.
Gotcha. Yeah. The big nanas and stuff like this. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Let's see. All right, Bimmy, you got anything else for these guys?
Nope, just good games to both of you, and keep up the great work.
Yeah. Good luck on your open division games, gentlemen. I appreciate you coming on in and giving us a few minutes of your time after the game.
No problem.
And now I think, appreciate you guys. I think we have now reached my least favorite part of any cast, and that is the end, Bimmy.
Yep.
I will bid you good people adieu. Once again, I am FBI Tugboat. Casting with has been Bimmy. This is T500 from Asylum Gaming. This is Gigu, the Penten Fury captain. And of course, down in the producer's box, Moirai. Appreciate it as always, making our jobs as casters just so much easier. This has been the end of Penten Fury's week 1 open division push. We'll be back next week.
2.
Was
this
game
2 or 1?
This is game 2, week 1.
Okay. You know what?
Game 2, week 1. It's all gravy, baby. Appreciate it, guys. Tune in next week. We'll have